Hello there and welcome along to Sarah Harron's YouTube series, which is called 3 Bags on a Boat. And if you don't know Sarah, she is the founder of Sarah Harron Handbags. She is obsessed, aren't you, with handbags, quite rightly.
Yes, that could be said. It's all about the function, and I just love the fact that women take their bags everywhere with them. And that, for me, it's the one thing that you always carry. You never leave your bag. It's the last thing you take before you leave your house.
You don't leave that, but sometimes people think you've left your mind. When you said to your friends and your family, I'm going to buy a boat, what did they say?
My husband's jaw dropped. My sons looked at me and went, is this another of mother's schemes? And I didn't dare tell the girls in the office for about 9 months that I was sneaking around looking for boats. So that's kind of
But you did it.
Thought. Yes, because I had it in my head that it would enable us to bring customers, lovely people like you guys, and do something different. And that's what...
Well, we're definitely doing something different, and thank you very much for that. So obviously Sarah has this interest in other people's handbags and what's inside. And so my gorgeous friend, Vanessa Feltz, is here, who is going to expose her bag. I definitely am. How lovely to be here. This is absolutely magnificent. I've never, ever taken part in anything quite like this before on this amazing boat. I'm just blown away. Is it? Because what I thought when Sarah said about a boat, I was thinking of this sort of dingy place. I thought it was like a canoe and would be bobbing about with it. I didn't know what I was in for until I was getting ready to swim. I was just throwing your life jacket. Life jacket, life jacket, yes. So now I have just seen this bag. And I have actually seen you with this bag quite a lot. You've seen me lots of times. Oh my goodness. You may think it's actually this bag, but it may be a different one in the same theme or the same vein. So let's get this out. I'd like to start off with this. So this is my... No, what we have to look at this. Okay, this is the point of this bag. Yes. And I saw you only last month with this bag, and you take it everywhere. Take it everywhere, but I've had lots of them. So when we should just say, first of all, these are my grandchildren. Sometimes people in the street say, who are those? Who are? I'm like, well, I'm not just walking around the bag with somebody else's random children on it, for God's sake. These are my actual flesh and blood grandchildren. No, they are. I hadn't had to hire them from Central Casting. These are the actual grandchildren. So the eldest one is Ezekiel Jack, he's 10. And this is Nerily Joy, as in, the essential oil of oranges that's in the perfume and everything. Nerily, exactly. And this is Amiel, we call him AJ, he's 5. And this is Cecily Violet. She's the baby, but she doesn't acknowledge that she's a baby. She's not into it. Well, of course she is. She's got all these elder siblings, pundit, opinionated person with just an active social life. And she's just, the whole baby thing is just so 2008. Just not into it. And so these bags are given to me by my children, my daughters, Allegra and Saskia, as Christmas presents, birthday presents, and if I ever achieve anything, if I ever do achieve presents, I suppose. And so each time we take pictures of the grandchildren, which is like all day, every day, obviously on our phones, where is this a picture for the bag? Is this a picture for the bag? We're always looking for a picture where they all look nice at the same time and they're all looking in the same direction. And I take comfort from the fact that even the Kardashians have trouble fixing that up with their kids, and their kids are kind of professional posers. It's quite hard to get a picture where they all look nice at the same time. That is an amazing shot.
Yes, but we think this is a nice one.
Fabulous. I love it.
They're all a bit older and wiser than this now, and looking forward to my next bag.
I think, didn't I take a picture?
No, it was this one. You think it was him, but it was him.
At your 60th,
yeah,
it was the most perfect picture, and he was dressed like a little man. He got a suit on, and he got more hair then. It was just like he was going through his wild curly stage.
Cliff stage, absolutely, he was.
Fabulous.
Right, so that's the bag.
Inside this.
Well, the first thing I'm going to pull out, because this is my real bag that I'm really carrying, and I have not staged this for your show at all. So these are today's newspapers. Right. But the point of this is, I have to read them because I always present a politics and current affairs program. But this is the Times, considered to be a fairly right-wing paper. This is The Guardian, which is the most left-wing paper we have. And this is The Telegraph, which I read for entertainment and kicks, really. And so the interesting thing I think about this is that most people obviously don't buy an array of newspapers or tune into an array of news feeds. Yeah. They're right-wing, so they buy The Times. They're left-wing, they buy The Guardian. And so you never ever see anything from anyone else's perspective, any other political point of view. And that's what people talk about when they say we're in silos now. Yeah. If you like a particular thing, you get more and more information on your social media. You buy one paper or you see one paper online, and you never ever get to see the other side or any other perspective on anything. So it's very interesting to read one story in at least 3 different papers. A bit expensive if you were buying them every day, but it's, it's what I do for a living, so I kind of have to. But I also want to, because you want to see how in one paper it's depicted as a tragedy, let's say for Rishi Sunak or whatever it is, and another paper is depicted as a tragedy for Keir Starmer. It's the same thing. So it's fascinating.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Fascinating.
You're only missing the Sun, really.
Well, I have read The Sun and The Mirror this morning, but I just
at the weekend,
all in my bag.
I do that. I buy all, and I have to buy The Sun.
And I still like to have an actual newspaper in my hand.
Yes.
I think that's a generational thing. Yeah, much nicer in your hand.
For things after.
Yes.
You can peelings and things like that.
So that's my first patient. I was quite passionate, wasn't
He was passionate, but
I mean it, you see.
But you are. Can I just say, Vanessa is such a passionate woman. She is passionate about everything that she does. And you know, when people say she wears a heart on her sleeve, oh my goodness me, that means nothing unless you know Vanessa.
Because you were present in Big Brother.
Yeah, we were there.
Ever celebrity Big Brother. And people don't get the context of it. They don't realise that when we did that show, there was no such thing as reality TV with celebrities. No one had ever seen it. No one had ever seen it. So if you saw a celeb on TV, either they were all dressed up in an evening gown, singing or dancing or acting in something, or they were on Michael Parkinson, giving a very carefully prepared edit of a very carefully rehearsed story. So the idea that we just bumble on in our pajamas was it was revolutionary. And we've all seen it so many times now. Nobody can imagine what it was like when nobody had ever seen it before. No. Including us, because we had no idea what we were doing, did we?
Oh my God, I was sitting there in the dining room crying because somebody had voted me out. Whereas now we're so hardened to reality television.
That's right.
And we were raw. Absolutely.
And we were completely unprepared because all we'd ever seen was like comic relief or something like that, where it was Lenny Henry playing football with some young lads in a street somewhere, and everyone had clapped because it was really great. And I think we thought that was sort of what we'd be doing.
I thought that I would go into it because we didn't know who else is in it until we got there. I actually thought, I'll just go and play the game. Yeah, I'll just go and play it like a television program.
They say everybody make a Tracy Island. Yeah. And we all try and you do it brilliantly, and I make a real mess of it, and it would be like jolly hockey sticks, charity type TV. We weren't being paid. There was no prize.
No, really?
No, we didn't do it for the money. No. There was no money.
So it was comic relief.
It was all the comic relief.
Right. Got you.
So iconic. Yeah. 15 million people watched it. Yeah. 1 penny from it. No. And we all came out scarred, bruised.
We've battered. No, but we wouldn't be friends in the same way.
Each other before, but
we knew each other. But you shared something that nobody else can ever believe.
And when I see Keith Duffy, he says, no one will ever know. No one will ever
I still do his exercises, Yeah, he did this. He taught me some arm exercises. I still do them. Keith Duffy's exercises. Yeah. I will show them to you. Really good. Yeah. Anyway, all that.
Okay, so I just happen to have this unbelievable trouser suit, pantsuit, I think you could call it. But look at the top. Look how gorgeous and embellished and fabulous it is. And this is in case I'm suddenly called upon to change. Look how gorgeous that is.
That's beautiful.
It's vibrant, isn't it?
Yes.
And this is from
not many people keep these things in their handbag. But look, it's been screwed up in your handbag.
This is the point.
Anything you've got here on the tube.
And doesn't it look great?
Right.
Exactly. And it has been screwed up in my handbag. And if I need to change into it later, actually I am going to do it later. And I can hang out with you on the boat all day, and then I can put it into it. And this is from my new range called For Love, with the number 4 and .love. And I'm 62, as you know. We don't have to labour the point, but, and I know I don't look it. I don't spring chicken. No. But miraculous, I know. But imagine having a dream come true at this stage of life. Amazing, right?
Congratulations on this, because I have followed this from the very beginning, from the first dresses when your Instagram had just got a few pictures on it, and that was it. It's you standing there, and I don't know if it's going to work. And it is the most amazing success.
Actually, we only launched on the 4th of December.
Unbelievable.
So to me, I'm absolutely kind of flattened by it. I can't even believe
it's literally flying out, and for a very good reason, because you have decided who your audience is. You know who you're making for.
I do. And
tell me about that.
Well, I would say that she is a lady of a certain age. It can be any age. It could be 35, it could be 75, it could be 89. It can be any age, really. But of a certain age, who wants to look a certain way. So not every day, but sometimes. And she would like to look, I think, pretty and feminine and kind of her best self and a little tiny bit romantic, you know, so maybe she wears quite sort of, you know, normal kind of clothes or usually, but she's going to something lovely, she's going out for dinner, she's going to a wedding, she's just, you know, she wants to live her best life. And so she doesn't want to look kind of like obviously sexy with bits hanging out. She doesn't want to look at me in a kind of immature, silly kind of way. But she wants to look like people might say, well, that's a very pretty dress. Oh, you look lovely. Gosh, you look nice in that. That kind of a thing. So feminine, pretty, elegant, kind of a little understated. But when you look, you think, well, that's very pretty. So that was what I had in mind. And also for ladies of all different shapes, you know, whether you're very fusty or not busty. And the other thing about them, which I think is, well, two really great things. One is they go in the washing machine. Yeah. Never have to think about them again. And this dress I've had since December. I think December, I've washed it twice or three times a week in the machine. This isn't new. I didn't just get it today. Looks great. And the other thing about them is no zips, no buttons, over the head and finished. So you've got kind of pinning yourself in and hoping you're not falling out.
And they come off the same way.
Over the head like that. So they really are good. Yeah, quick. When anyone wants to take it off, you're lucky enough.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Quickly.
Make sure you've got your best pants on and take it off.
Yes. I love the colours. We really love colour here as well. All our bags are bright.
That orange bag with that.
Yes, look at that. Yeah.
Look how gorgeous. And actually put the blue.
Yes, we'll look at the blue.
Put the blue. Also looks great. Look with that.
Oh, we look with that.
How that looks. You see, fabulous.
Yes.
And you're right. Colour makes people feel really confident and really happy.
Exactly.
And that's all you really want, isn't it? Really.
We need a little collaboration from you two.
We did actually.
I do know. We love it. Do you know, I feel quite, you think I feel passionately about everything. I don't feel passionately about everything, but I do feel passionately about this, which is I feel as if women of a certain age, whatever that is, are often kind of condemned.
Well, you get forgotten.
To the invisible, to the forgotten, and also to the terribly bland. So they might be wearing beige, charcoal grey, you know, taupe, you know, and there's nothing wrong with those colours. They're great, but not all the time. You know, it can be a very monotone kind of a life. And so I just love the idea of you know, embracing and enjoying what we like. And you know, you see, for example, women at let's say the Chelsea Flower Show, just like burying their nose in a peony or a rose, and it's the colour, the texture, and I like that in clothes too. Not every day, but sometimes.
Well, we're the baby boomers, and we are a huge
market.
Huge market.
Well,
a huge amount of women
as well
on the move.
Handbags.
Yes, who've had interesting and exciting lives. Good and bad, ups and downs, and we're still here, and we don't intend
going anywhere.
No, so that's it. But we don't. We are not our mothers. And I was talking to somebody, I took Jennifer Saunders. I'm just going to drop that. And it was where hair came into it as well. It says we are the only generation who worries about having bounce and bloom because our parents just went and our mothers. We just went and had a permanent set, did what the Queen did, and created a helmet, and that was it, and put a scarf on it. We are all right? Hold on a second. We're doing that all the time.
Yeah. That's because you've got beautiful hair. Yes.
No, we've got a lot of blow drying, a lot of snap bodies to them.
Yeah. It's
you know, almost a fatwa on women of a certain age having long hair. Like, that's chocolate. You can't have long hair. It makes you look like a girl. Yeah. Somebody once said to me, you're you know, people also think from behind you're 16. You'll turn around. You'll have an old face. Well, at least they think I'm 16 from behind. It's better than nothing. I'll take it. I'll take that.
Yeah, I don't imagine you with short hair.
I wouldn't want her to be with me.
No, I know. I think
I don't. No, never.
Something to flick about the place.
No, never.
Something to fiddle about.
Well, okay, congratulations on all of this.
Right.
Let's carry on now.
I got
this Mary Poppins bag here.
Just because you're going to look. But actually, you can see I've been eating this on the train. So it's not very elegant. And it was also true, could have seeped all over my outfit, is true. But I'm trying to balance it on the top of the newspapers. But so, okay, I don't only eat fruit, obviously. I do not. No. Nobody will ever imagine I do, and I don't. But I used to have a bit. Would you like a bit? It's delicious. Just bought it this morning. The reason I've got this in my bag is, of course, I'm eating it. But the reason I'm eating it is because everybody knows I've had this very, very well publicized long-term weight issue that went on and on and on. Yeah. And you know, as was the second most famous fat person in the country after Dawn French, which isn't necessarily the title you most want to have in life, quite honestly. And people do know, because it was incredibly well documented, that I had a gastric band put in 2010. And nobody tells you this about a gastric band except me, and I'm trying to tell anyone. Yeah. Once you've had it in, it stops you eating a whole load of things because they just won't go down. So you chew them, you can chew, you can swallow, sure, they won't go down. So like an apple,
where do they go?
You pick them up again.
Oh, right, okay.
Almost straight away. And if you're in a restaurant, imagine it, you're running, dashing, hoping you can get to the loo in time. It's not a very elegant situation. Also, you never quite know whether you will or won't be able to keep the food down. You might, but you might not, which is very unnerving and nasty kind of situation.
What are the sort of things you can't eat then?
So you can't really eat an apple. I once tried all the way from London to Manchester.
There's fibre in it.
Yeah, it won't go down. So you can't really eat an apple. You can't really eat celery. You can't really eat a lamb chop. You can't eat really a piece of chicken. So what can you eat? Chocolate mousse, custard, cake, all the things you're not supposed to eat because you're trying to lose weight. Ice cream, because you can't, there's no point even trying to eat the rest of it. So that's why it's a very flawed contraption.
Well, actually, for your general health as well.
It's not good for you, is it?
It's not good for you.
And also, if you were someone who had an issue with alcohol, just drinking too many calories, if you were drinking your calories, you can drink as many as you want. It doesn't stop you drinking anything. So, I found it to be very flawed. And then I found that it got embedded. Miserable and flawed. And then, because if you're not even thin and you're miserable, that's not good. And then it got embedded in my liver. And then I was on this morning to explain what all the problems had been, because when that happened, it was really terrible. I couldn't really even keep water down. It was hopeless. And I was on with a surgeon, and he said, you obviously got to have it removed. And he said, while you're having it removed, you should have a gastric bypass at the same time, because otherwise you'll just put all the weight on again, because you've obviously got an eating, you could say disorder, you could say addiction, you could say you're just a undisciplined idiot, you can say whatever you want, but he said whatever it is, you'll put all the weight back on again as soon as the band goes. You'll be. He said, and then you'll come to me in 5 years or something and say, give it back, please, can you put the bypass in? So I said, I definitely don't want to bypass. It's an incredibly sort of serious, major operation. I don't really know. And he said, no, it's not. It's massively changed over the years. It isn't frightening. It isn't, serious. It's not risky. And I think it's a good idea. So anyway, I had that done in 2019. Right. It has been magnificent, I think. Yeah. There's none of that. You can't swallow it. You can't keep it down stuff. It's just you feel full quite quickly. That's basically it.
And you can eat anything.
And so now I can eat an apple. I really am delighted, and that's why I've got 2 apples and some mango.
When you say it bypass, where does it bypass to?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I didn't really get.
Sarah's got chemical toilets. I only had those. Right, okay. All I know is, do you feel
living with it is a
pleasure? Tell me, do you feel then better in yourself because the nutrients that you wouldn't have been ingesting that in any way, in any form?
I feel great about it. It's actually great. I've kept the weight down. Yeah. As you can see, it isn't a big fag. It's also not socially embarrassing at all. You're not kind of thinking, gosh, am I about to be sick or something? And you can eat the healthy stuff, which is what you're meant to eat. And actually, funnily enough, you sort of want to. So, for example, if you have a burger, if I order a burger in a restaurant, let's say, I would immediately take the bun off and I'll put it to the side. I would eat the meat. I'd probably eat 3/4 and then be full. Yeah. I would try to eat the tomato and the lettuce, and I would look at the chips. And I might have 2 or 3, but I wouldn't want to eat them all.
That's why she's a good person to go to a restaurant with, because you go, can I have 2 chips?
So that's the fruit. It's not to show off at all.
No.
I the relief of being able to eat it. Really.
Absolutely. And, I think you're very brave talking about it. I think a lot of people will want to know exactly. I didn't realise at all the difference.
I mean, there may be people who are very happy with the gastric band, and if they are, that's marvelous for them. I found it very, very difficult. Quite embarrassing, and also I didn't find it well. It didn't really do what it was meant to do. This was the problem with it, really.
Because the other way, it trains you, doesn't it?
Yeah,
to eat the right thing.
Yes.
So that's always a revelation.
Yes.
Right, more.
Okay.
This is be able to look in somebody else's bag.
This is my brand new. I've only had it about 4 weeks and 5 weeks pass to get into Global to present my new LBC show. So I'm just really pleased about it, obviously.
I love LBC. I've been listening to LBC for years and years and years. You can get it all over the country. You don't have to live in London to be able to pick it up. They have a fantastic roster of presenters. I've got a little bit of a thing of James O'Brien. Yes. I have to listen to James O'Brien. He's my crush. Actually, I'm going to tell him. I know. I met him and he came out to me, and I put it in a magazine. They said, "Who's your weird crush?"
Wow! He won't think it's weird, but he will love it. But I managed to do something that was quite a big. Well, for me it was a big deal, really. So I had left the BBC after about 6 months shy of 20 years to go and work for Rupert Murdoch on Talk TV. And you may or may not know that Lachlan Murdoch, his son, stepped forward as Rupert, who's 90, whatever he is, stepped back. And one of the first things he did was pull the plug on the whole of Talk TV, just stop a whole channel. I mean, maybe it was crazy. Maybe it wasn't his own business. They could do whatever they want. But for me, I was like, oh my God, because I was absolutely loving doing that show. It was really great fun. It was 5 days a week. Hair and makeup was sublime. I could go straight from the set of my show to any premiere, looking ravishing. It's really rad. And I loved the fact that Rupert Murdoch was paying for my false eyelashes every single day, 5 days a week. It was just magnificent. So the hair and makeup was wonderful. I loved my team. And I really, really liked doing the show. It was terrific. And when they pulled the plug, it was incredibly sudden. And it was a question of, do I stay? Do I go? What do I do? Anyway, I did my last show on Friday, the 26th of April. And on the Monday, so that would be 27th, 28th, the 29th of April, I was hidden in a car in the car park underneath the Global building, being smuggled up to a room with all the windows papered over to have my press photographs taken. So that was only 3 days later, and there was a weekend in the middle. And I signed on the Tuesday, 4 days later.
They must have been so excited.
Well, I was very excited.
No, but they would to get to.
So that's my past. So I'm very pleased to have that. That was really great. So that's
fantastic.
Yeah, and I do the Saturday show from 3 till 6, so that's good.
The app's brilliant because if you're doing something on Saturday between 3 and 6, and you can't listen, the app is excellent. Well, it's just on the app. So whatever you want to. Brilliant.
Are you rummaging?
Oh, I'm rummaging.
Okay. So this is a novel by Alice Thomas Ellis. I bought it secondhand at the Oxfam shop around the corner. It cost £2.50. And I haven't got far into it, but I'm already loving it. And it's about a family on Christmas Day basically discombobulating. And it's about, I haven't yet finished it, but I'm really enjoying it. And actually, it's a bit close to home in terms of family dynamics when you're all stuck together for
Christmas Day is just about the worst. I remember going through a horrific divorce. Christmas Day, honestly, I could have looked at the Thames and held myself in it. It was horrific. Why is it? It's just a day. The baby Jesus wasn't even born on the 25th of December. We don't even know when he was really born. But Christmas Day just brings everything in.
But don't you think you have to be so mature to give yourself that pep talk about, it's only one day, tomorrow will be another day, and I'm a grown-up, I'm going to just watch whatever I like on television.
Yeah.
Really, you
still cry.
Feel absolutely
I still cried. I still spent the whole day crying. Well, I said to everybody else.
You're having a great time.
Have you had to give yourself a New Year's Eve pep talk as well?
Yes, yeah. All of them.
I want to kiss at midnight. No, don't worry about it. You are a person. You are a human being. Oh my God. Monotonous, isn't it?
I know, but it is. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. I've ever had that Christmas.
So that's what this book is.
Yes,
that's it. And I don't know if you've heard of this or not, but I warn you, I'm giving you an alert. This might change your life. Okay. You ever heard of this? You should try it. You should. You really, really should. It absolutely you should try. Just have a little try of this. So you're going to find it. You're going to find it. Try this stuff. What do you think of it?
It's a good. I can smell.
What do you think it would be good for? Tell me.
Oh, you could put it in your hair. You could have a little face mask out of it. Put it on your eyelashes.
What about your dry heels?
Dry heels. Amazing dry heels. Dry fingers.
Yes.
What are we talking about with your dry fingers?
This cotton thing.
I brought some with me for you. I wouldn't mind. They're in my bag.
Yeah. As your next product.
What would you like?
Portable.
Oh yes.
Funnily portable.
Funnily enough,
because I'm serious.
Funnily enough,
I'm a little bit heavy.
One of those.
You do?
Oh, yeah, I do. I'll give it to you later.
You have a bottom one?
Yes, I do.
Okay, just tell people why I'm carrying this around with me. Because this is no joke.
Because the thing is, you just always need to put your fingers in it. Absolutely. A little bit of something. Whenever you think, I'm feeling a little bit dry, fingernails, hair, and actually lashes. We all forget our lashes because we all cake them in mascara, which is obviously drying by nature of what it is. And my lashes have improved since using that on it constantly.
My princely makeup bag. I was going to be really embarrassed and ashamed by this. Look at this pathetic. This is pathetic, but true. It is pathetic, but this is. And don't judge me. Do not. That's what I need to say now. Let me just. What I use.
Lashes
in case.
Oh, yes, of course.
Do you think those are a bit understated for me, though? Look at them.
They are. Because you'd always be worried. Yeah. Has one ever come off in a situation?
Normally,
of any description.
Yes, and that situation. Because if that situation, that's why you asked me, isn't it? Because if that situation, and I'm not saying how recently, but quite recently, when you're, your oil actually is hot and steamy, and it's hot and steamy, and you start to think, oh, what's that on my cheek? And it's your lash. Because you like quickly in the heat of the moment just throws those on the floor. Yes, is the answer. Yes. But I didn't.
You just go,
That was my grandma's. My grandma's.
and that's a mirror.
Yes.
Isn't that gorgeous? So lovely. And he's put in that when you put your dress in the wash, stick that in the wash.
Yes.
Yeah, just put it in the washing machine.
Hey,
Just look at it inside.
a bit of makeup.
Yeah, but it's just not bad.
But she's so organised and clean, remember that?
Just stick it in the wash. Just put it in the wash. Like, just clean it in the wash. Organised. Oh, glue. Yes, glue.
Glue
So,
the eyelashes.
hold on a second. Can I just put that?
Exactly. We might have to. When you feel the eggs coming off in your eye, you just feel a little bit of glue. It's delicious. But
I've got
love
to see it.
that when
I'm laughing at.
Yes. Glue on your other bits.
And put these back in. I'm going to put this in your new
I
handbag.
think so, yes. I think we should give you a
Not
lovely
in the
new...
handbag.
I know, absolutely not.
Gonna
I'm
pop that
thinking we could
inside.
put pictures on the front of these, and then when you take them off, you could
That
carry on.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness
yeah.
me.
Always
That would
be a can.
fabulous idea.
It would, yes, I know.
That comes with the fun.
So what you can do is the whole point of our bag is, like you were saying, that you don't want to be glam every single day. You've got practicalities. So this enables you to change up and put another one on. And then you've got a separate bag if you're going out straight at night.
Which is really
Yeah, so then it
find a
all...
bag you take in the evening that you can actually fit your keys in and your glasses.
Exactly. It's a perfect size. And yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, good for keys,
Very
but
good.
also has a secondary. I'm a really love function, you see, as you can see.
Yeah.
So if you are at that cocktail party,
Yes, I am.
you're at a cocktail party.
I'm wearing
that,
this,
right?
taking that,
So you're wearing
eating
that
an apple.
frock, eating an apple, carrying your
got your
glass.
glue inside here.
That's it. And you've got a glass of something. Yeah.
Taking the glue.
It's fantastic.
Half an eyelash just peeling half. You don't
don't.
waste the good one by taking them both off. You want to keep the good one on and stick the other one on.
That's it. But back to your cocktail party.
Look at this. I love
There you
this.
go. So drink,
Gorgeous.
maybe glue, whatever, but
lovely.
you've got that there as
Vanessa,
well.
you make me
I
laugh.
want to say
You
they
are
were
a
worried that we
revelation.
wouldn't be able to talk for 25 minutes. When I got here, they said about 50 times, it's 25 minutes. I'm like, mate, calm down, relax. We'll be fine. Don't worry. We're doing a series of 12. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. So
I
nice to
hope
see
you
you.
enjoy being with us all. I feel like you're in the room with us. And thank you so much.
it's a
Thank you
pleasure.
so much. And I
Pleasure.
can't wait to see a picture of you wearing this with that.
Might be taking
And
this
it'll
very
be on-
night.
It'll be on
Very
Instagram. It'll be on Instagram. We'll all be having a little giggle.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Really lovely. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Brilliant. Hope you all enjoyed that.
I have been impressed for as long as I've known you with your ability to cook effortlessly.
So I always have a book in my bag. A Better Second Half by Liz Earle. Everything that she says in this book, especially about perimenopausal, menopausal women, what to eat, the vitamins you need, exercise. I always have my hip flask with me.
Well, yeah, that's obviously you're half Scottish. And then
Apparently it's in a book.